So welcome all of you to the episode 70 on dedication. And I must say that we are on the episode 70 already, and it's been really, it looks like we just started a few months ago. So it's a long journey we have traversed. And today we dedicate this episode to one of our very seniors in the organization. It is Didi Manmohini. She was one of the first administrative head. And also, we are very fortunate that one of our very senior sisters, who's our guest speaker today, welcome Asha Didi. So she has taken a lot of sustenance from Didi Manmohini directly. And today we have Asha Didi for a very short while because she has another commitment. So I will just directly jump into the poem. All of you know Asha Didi very, very well. I'll just directly jump to the poem related to dedication because she also has a lot of dedication towards what she was doing in her Lokik life when she was serving in the Mount Carmel College as a professor, and also towards her Alokik life, which she has dedicated since more than 50 years. So Didi in her personality has demonstrated utmost dedication. And that's because she's inculcated in her the spiritual education. She indeed, for all of us, is a source of constant motivation, giving us a lot of encouragement through her determination. Through her excellent discernment, she has this keen observation, which helps us in knowing the right-wrong discrimination. Come what may in life, every event is a situation which comes to give each one of us a lot of information. You know, Maya weakness plays its part in a myriad of presentation, trying to grab us away from our peaceful and serene occupation, making us feel separate from the Supreme, devoid of his combination. But through our spiritual strength, we can fight it with a mighty demonstration. And finally, through our persistent effort and perspiration, we indeed are able to qualify the Satyugi graduation, which all of us are aiming for. So with this, I would request Sister Claudia, please welcome Didi. Over to you, Sister Claudia. Thanks.
Good evening for you, Didi. Good morning for us.
Om Shanti.
Oh, Shanti. So it's so nice to have you with us, and thank you so much because you have take your time. I know how busy you are to be with us. Your dedication to all of us is very well feel in our heart. So I think to show you how our heart is full of love and gratitude for you, I like to just give you a rose who represent the red rose that represent the heart. So this is the heart of all of us that's going to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
So thank you so much, Sister Claudia, and all of you as well. Are you aware of it? The interpretation icon, you can click the language which you want to select for listening. We now pass it on to Asha Devi. Thank you so much, Devi, for joining. Over to you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. It is a great opportunity to be with you all, especially the group of like-minded souls. Such souls who are dedicated to the cause of bringing good vibrations, of transforming the atmosphere with good vibrations, speaking goodness. It can happen only in the Brahma Kumaris. No one is so dedicated to this cause as we children are. And to be successful or to achieve our aim, purpose, it is essential to be dedicated to the purpose. I recall this word, dedication, came to our notice when we were surrendering to Baba. I will cite my own little experience. I was very scared to surrender. Although I liked the life of Brahma Kumaris, I was knowing the BKs, the center, the dadis, mama, baba, from my childhood. But still, to surrender wholly was a big challenge for me. Because as I understood the meaning of surrender, and I do hold it even now, surrender means when you are totally surrendered to your thoughts, speech, action, whatever possession you have, your qualities, your good virtues, everything, totally surrendered to Baba. And which meant for me, not applying your mind at all, just listening to him and doing whatever the seniors say to you, because you are totally surrendered. A surrendered person has no choice. So when this was there, and I understood the meaning of surrender this way, I was really scared. So I used to tell Daddy, I will live in the center, I will do service, but I will not surrender. I will not surrender. Daddy was surprised, Daddy Kumarka, but she did not force me. She did not say anything to me. So much so, when the first fair was held in Delhi, 1973, there were a lot of controversies that Brahma Kumaris, they do this, they do that, they make people surrender, and then they, young girls, they join, and all this very different kind of thinking was prevalent around that time. So they wanted surrender ceremony to be held in the public, in front of people, and so that people know what Brahma Kumaris are. But there was a lot of preparation involved, everything, and lot of planning they started doing. Brother Nirvair was very much interested in it, but ultimately I was still scared and I said no, no. The cards were to be printed, no. Then Daddy said, okay, if you are not surrendered, then what are you? Who are you? I said, you can make use of the word dedicated. I'm dedicated, I'm not surrendered. So that word at that time, and not only me, but there were some other sisters also along with me who did not want this to surrender, but they just wanted to be dedicated. Now, when I look at this in retrospect, I ask myself, what is the difference between surrender and dedicated? One thing is clear, that is, in surrender, you are totally in the hands of the institution, totally in the hands of Baba, totally in the hands of your seniors. Whatever Srimat comes from them, you have to follow without thinking. I define surrender this way. But then, not everyone has that much of power. Everyone is different. And dedication, there you can express your ideas, your thoughts, your this thing, likes, dislikes, choices. Within surrender, it is not. As I have seen dadis and didis, Didi, those days there was only one Didi, Manmohini Didi, no other Didi. Didi means Didi Manmohini. And I found, I know, Dadi and Didi both were working on me, and I'm very fortunate to have received their sustenance every time. Even now, all those things that they have taught, they keep ringing in my mind. I draw a lot of inspiration and motivation from what they said. I recall our brother Jagdish. When Jagdish Bhai surrendered, his college people asked him to write an editorial for the college magazine. By that time, he had already surrendered himself. Now look at his total understanding of surrender. He said to them, now this pen is dedicated to God, and it can work only for God, for no one else. This pen is surrendered to him. It means your total, wholehearted, whole-minded dedication to the purpose of your life and to the person. In this case, person is God. God is not a person, but different from everyone. Supreme Soul. Baba, what we have learned in this institution, if you are to achieve something in your life, you have to be totally dedicated to it. If you totally dedicate yourself, let's say you have been given a project, you wholeheartedly, with full dedication, you're working on it and you succeed. Faith is built up through dedication. Faith is built up in yourself, and your seniors also have faith in you. When you are dedicated to something, you are totally, through your thoughts, speech, and action, you are totally involved. Totally involved. Your thoughts move around that particular purpose, that particular work, that particular project. Now, when we look at our lives, we are all dedicated to the cause of improving ourselves day by day, developing, growing spiritually day by day. And this has to come not through listening, not through speaking, but this progress comes when I dedicate myself towards this purpose that I have to progress, grow spiritually. Which means there will be several obstacles, several things in between, many. But when I'm dedicated, I do not look right or left. I look straight forward, and that's it. There's very nice example, classic example from Mahabharata, when the Pandavas were being taught archery, then their guru wanted to test. And when he wanted to test, he asked all the 5 Pandavas to get together, and he placed a bird on a tree and asked all the Pandavas to pierce the eye of the bird through the arrow. The bow and arrow, everyone started doing it. Before they could shoot that arrow, the guru asked them something. Every Pandav, what are you seeing? One of them said, I'm seeing the tree, I'm seeing the bird, I'm also seeing Guruji, you too. Guruji said, come aside. The second one, what are you seeing? Guruji, I'm seeing my brothers, I'm seeing the tree, I'm seeing the bird, I'm seeing you too. Guruji said, come aside. Like this, all the 4 Pandavas, they were rejected by the Guru. And when Arjun comes, Arjun was asked to shoot the arrow, then he was asked the same question. What was the answer? The answer was, I am seeing the center of the eye of the bird. Center of the eye of the bird. Anything else? Nothing. Nothing. We have to ask ourselves, are we so dedicated to our cause, to our purpose? If yes, there'll be no failure at all. You know, when a mother is sustaining her child, what does she do? She keeps everything aside. First, her child. So, dear brothers and sisters, how is our dedication towards the purpose of our life? We want to be angels. Is it merely through words? No. It is so clear cut. Am I really dedicated? If yes, then no one can stop me. I feel those people who are fully dedicated to their work, to their lives, to their purpose, no one can stop them. No obstacles at all. Obstacles will be like games on the way. Different games. You have only to learn to play those games and move ahead. We have all had the experience of obstacle race when we were small. We were given the target, but several obstacles were placed on the way. Those who were dedicated totally, they would just come over all the obstacles and reach their destination. Similarly, willpower is something. It is different. But dedication, full attention, you can say, no diversion, full attention is dedication. Whole attention is dedication. We are not only doing, but we are doing something out of the value of dedication. This is spirituality. There are two kinds of work. One is you are doing it. It is a work. Come. The other one is through your work, you are growing also. That is dedication. One word is working. The other one is growing with dedication. Doing work with dedication means growing, developing. Now, there can be many who would say, and you would have seen your in your own families, your parents, your grandparents, they are dedicated to something, they stick to it. No one can change them. They stick to it. Similarly, when you are dedicated to something, you have nurtured it. When you have nurtured it, you hold on to it. I'm speaking in positive sense. It does not mean that if something new comes up, you will reject it. No, dedication does not mean this. Through dedication, because my work, my project, my purpose, my aim is my priority. So dedication makes you to keep your mind open. This is another beautiful thing that sets into our behavior. Mind is open. When the mind is open, you develop and receive. You start seeing the good qualities of others. The people who are dedicated to their cause, they welcome ideas, they welcome good things from everywhere because they want their peace of heart to be A1, quality-wise, standard-wise A1. If I just, dedication allows me to be in good relationships with others, because then there is learning. And when there is learning, then I develop that love for my purpose, that is dedication. I recall one, one boy who was doing his MD and Master of, what do you call MD, Master of Medicine or something. So he was looking for some subjects. One of the senior doctors advised him, and I liked it very much. He said, whatever field you get, accept it. But then start loving it. Start loving your subject. When you start loving your subject, you will dedicate yourself to that subject. Similarly, when we love our purpose, we will be able to dedicate ourselves to that purpose. So this is another aspect, another dimension. Love for the purpose allows us, makes us, motivates us to dedicate ourselves and become dedicated. Now, our Didi Manmohini, I have seen her, not only seen her, but I consider myself to be a very lucky person who has had the opportunity to work with them as their small assistant. I have seen all of them very closely. How Didi ji, she dedicated herself to Baba's service, and she was very fond of good quality service. When I say good quality, those souls who are considered VIPs. Good quality, those sisters who were promising ones. Didi used to work on them. And help them. Didi was totally dedicated surrendered to Baba. She had blindly, she blindly used to accept the Srimad of Baba. She was so dedicated, and through her dedication, she had won the heart of Baba, that she became an instrument whom Baba used to use. I cite one example. Once Didi was sitting in the class, and Baba, after finishing Murli or during the Murli, Baba started saying, Didi did this, Didi did that, Didi. So much. Didi was simply looking at Baba. She did not say a word. But then, after the class was over, Baba went to his room. Didi followed him, and Didi said, Baba, I don't remember. When did I ever did all these things? Baba, why didn't you tell me before? I don't recall at all. I'm so sorry. I have no realization. Baba smiled and put his hand on Didi's forehead, smilingly said, Didi, it is not you. Baba made use of your name, because if Baba had said directly all these things to that soul, she would not have accepted and she would have just become broken. You are so strong, you are so surrendered to Baba that Baba can use you in any way. This is Didi's dedication, Didi's surrender to Baba. Baba and Dadis, through dedication, we make ourselves so capable that Baba and Didi are able to make use of us in any way they like. This is very special achievement which comes through dedication. Similarly, Didi was dedicated to the studies, the education that Baba was giving. Didi never used to get late in the class. That was her principle, that before the teacher arrives in the class, I should be present over there. Now, once it so happened that in Amrit Vela, a brother, he had put songs, he used to play record, and he played a lengthy song of 10 minutes. So now the lengthy song was there. No one could get up. Nothing can be done. After everything was over, Didi called that brother and said, you have spoilt my routine today. All my dharana has been broken. Didi, what did I do? She said, look, you played long songs, and when I went to my room, the tea was there which had become cold. So I had to send for another cup of tea. By the time it comes, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. And those days, we never used to have geysers. We never used to have hot water arrangement. Hot water used to be kept in buckets in everyone's bathroom, shower. So the brother who brought hot water, that water had become cold. So I had to ask to get another bucket. All these things made me to arrive late in the class, and you are responsible for it. Didi's dedication for her principles. For her principles. I would like to share how much Didi was dedicated and what she did for the institution. Number one, today we see Baba's room in every center. This is Didi's gift to the institution. We observe Amrit Vela every day. This is Didi's gift to the institution. Third, we have traffic control of thoughts. This is Didi's dedication, Didi's gift. Four, Didi allowed the family people to offer pure food to Baba as bhog. And today, you know, every center, every family, Brahmin family, offers bhog to Baba. It is Didi's gift. She gave me the sanskars of dedication. How? Once I had taken a very big builder, very big VIP of Delhi to Madhuban. And Didi said to me, Asha, have you shown him all the places? Have you taken him around Madhuban? He knows where he has to have lunch. He knows where he has to go for class. I said, yes, Didi, I've done. Now, you are not to move around with him. He had gone for yoga shibir for 4 or 5 days. She said, now, no more. Now you leave him. And let him practice, let him enjoy Madhuban all by himself. On the last day, you have to meet him, have lunch with him, and then find out what he is carrying from here. Then you bring him to me. Why? Didi was dedicated to the principle that you should not be influenced by anyone, nor you should try to influence anyone. This was Didi's thing. Similarly, Didi used to read Murli daily, and from the Murli, she used to write questions simultaneously when the Murli was being read. She used to draft questions and then send those questions through the letters to every place. Didi said, whenever you write a letter, first write the praises of that soul whom you are writing, and then write your subject. Didi, up to the last day of her life, she read Murli. She never missed a single Murli. She also said to me, Asha, you must come alone to Madhuban. Don't bring groups. That is the work of other sisters. You should come alone. Why? She used to involve me in management work. I would say she was fully dedicated in developing me. She dedicated herself in developing. So Didi was Didi. Didi was Didi, and there is no other Didi like her. She used to remember Baba as a friend and follow every Srimad. Didi was very clean and clear, honest. So dedication means where you are growing yourself, and through your interaction and behavior with others, you grow others also. You become instrument in growing others also. It is the dedication of the Brahma Kumaris that today there are 4,500 centers in so many countries. So many centers. So dedicate yourself fully, no matter what obstacles come. Don't worry, but you must be convinced. So whatever you are dedicating to is really worthwhile. We cannot excel unless we dedicate ourselves fully to our field. Like for instance, those who are singing, those who are dancing, those singers and dancers, if they do not dedicate to their art, they cannot perform. They cannot perform. So this is essential for them, total dedication. Okay, Manoj Bhai. Okay.
Yes, Didi. Thank you so much. You have been dedicated to this episode. Thanks a lot for your participation. You have stuck to the time, and we are so fortunate you gave us your precious 45 minutes. And quickly, I'll just invite Dr. Ashok Mehta to say a few words, vote of thanks, and then we'll give you just a few minutes. Yeah. Over to you, Dr. Mehta.
Om Shanti Ashaben.
Om Shanti.
I enjoyed every bit of the dedication. As a matter of fact, it made me look back to my personal life as a surgeon when I decided to become a surgeon. I think there was nothing else except all the day, all the time, be focused only on being a surgeon. I still recollect sometimes during those early days, I used to work for 72 hours at a stretch, half the time feeling sleepy even while standing, but still continue to work. I think all of us want to achieve anything, have to put all our efforts, all our energies, put our soul into it, or put whatever you have energies inside the work. To me, the
He looks like Dr. Mehta has frozen. So, yeah.
all of us are his arms, and each one of us have to have that dedication to our cause. It's Baba's work. We are only the instrument. He makes us work, and that's what beautifully Karan Karavan. And we are the instruments dedicated to his cause. And this is what makes us all the time so active. Even whatever the age, we see dadis at the age of 90, Janki at the age of 100 plus. She was so active. That was a total dedication. Well, we cannot compare ourselves with dadis, but I think each one of us, as I see amongst the family, when we go to Madhuban or we go to Santivan or to any of the our major areas, or even in small centers, they are total dedication. I think this is a classical example of a group dedication. Individually, you will find many people dedicated, but to have thousands of people dedicated to a single cause, that's Baba's work. That's his work. It's not a human work. And I feel that we are very fortunate to be influenced by the philosophy of Raj Yoga, by the dedication of the seniors, like what you said about Didi Ji and Dadi Prakashmani, or all the dadis we have seen. That beautiful picture where I think 9 dadis standing together, it's there in every center. A very classical example of what a group of people could do. And when they came, they were very young, but Baba trained them in a focused way. 15 years to stay together. I still recollect Dadi Gulzar narrating me the first time she went on a seva. She said she had never seen money before. And when she came from the mountain onto the platform at Abu Road, she was shocked to see people lying on the floor and, a lot of the unclean things. But the best part that she had never seen money. She didn't know what it looked like. That's the dedication with which they work together as a community of young kids. And to sit in front of each other and focus on the soul, that's a game they play. What a beautiful concept of a dedication. I personally feel that we have benefited at a late stage. You were very fortunate to have benefited at a very young age. And I'm sure that many of them are at a very young age. I came after the age of 50. But that was beautiful. I have learned a lot, especially the humility, and to feel that you are only instrument of God is something that we learn only from the BKs, the BK family. Thank you very much for bringing a sharp focus on the dedication of Didi Manmohini, because I didn't meet her. I heard a lot about it. And thank you once again for focusing on dedication, which is absolutely sine qua non of the BKs. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mehta, and thank you. A big thanks, Asha Didi. So we'll let you go for your further meeting. Thank you so
Didi,
much.
before you leave, sorry to interrupt, can we take a picture? Because usually we have not got a photo on, we usually get it. It was very, very empowering session. We all want to remember it. So everybody, if you can open your video just in a few seconds, we can take a photo. Everyone. Okay.
Nice to see everyone. Huh?
For the photograph, they usually on their cameras all the time. That's good.
So we all can wave now. Such a fortune.
Okay, very nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Everybody can wave, Didi.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You, where are you? Next year, we are planning, if everything goes well, we want the double foreigners to come to India. And we'll send invitation to you very soon.
Okay,
Let you come.
we are planning to go.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome.
We are all waiting.
Thank you.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So let's move further. I think Sister Anu, if you can do the announcements and then we'll go into the meditation mode with Sister Claudia. Yeah. Thank you.
Quickly, yeah. So it was a quick session as Didi had to go, but she gave the whole essence. It was such an empowering session. I'm sure we all are taking with us and will churn on it and implement in our life. So we'll continue with our dedication, focus on dedication. So it would be the workshop just next week on 29th of July, Saturday, same our regular time, 7 a.m. West Coast, US, Canada, that's 7:30 p.m. India. And for that, we'll have again a new soul, of course, practicing Raj Yoga for many, many decades. The sister Sonia, she's from Denmark also. I hope I'm pronouncing accurately. So she will take us through this insightful talk and meditation on dedication, and we'll do our experiential exercises in the first hour. That is a dedication for the self. So join us then, and we'll do our once a month silence retreat on dedication. That would be on Sunday, 30th of July, 8:30 a.m. for India time, and that is 29th July, Saturday evening, 8 to 10 p.m. West Coast, US, Canada. So it will be really silent reflection, self-reflection, and focus on the spiritual guidance on dedication. And it is always based on the Brahma Kumaris teachings that we learn. So we welcome all of you. Please join us, try in silence to develop this dedication within the self. And our next session is the Values for Life series, episode 71 on guidance. That is a Margdarshan or Salah. And for that, we'll have Mike George from UK. He is a very well-known author, spiritual coach, and management tutor. We have heard him before in our series, and he brings really different insight into the spiritual values. So join us for guidance on 5th of August, Saturday, regular time, 7:30 a.m. West Coast time. That's 8 p.m. India time. And check us out at our websites. That's vihasa.in and vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca. And all the videos will be on our YouTube channels. To everyone. Now we'll move on to meditation.
Om Shanti. Let's take this minute for ourselves. We go very deep within. And see, who am I? What is my purpose in this life? I have many lives before, but now at this time, I decide to dedicate my life to a high purpose. For that, I look into the values that a mother brings to uplift the kids, so I can use the same value to uplift whatever I decide to do for myself. I look deep within. and I take a decision. That decision will give me strength to overcome all the obstacles, because I have my dedication to my cause. When I dedicate my life to a cause, I always become victorious. No matter what situation comes across, I am still victorious. May look bad, but I learn from it. And I focus on my aim, that I keep moving forward. Life has to have a purpose. Without purpose, there is nothing in life. So I check my purpose, and then I dedicate my time, my body, my mind, my wealth, everything that is part of my life to my purpose, my goal, so that way I can achieve and I can become victorious. Then I'll be very happy to see the result. There is nothing better than find out what I was looking for. I got to do it. So check inside and ask, am I working with determination in my purpose or not? How much are you working? What is the percentage on that? And increase until you reach the destination, which is that purpose that you want. Love. Put love on yourself and on your goal. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Sister Claudia, for the wonderful meditation on dedication. And we'll end here today in 1 hour, and we'll meet you all next weekend with Sister Sonia Olsen for the workshop on dedication. Goodbye.
Shanti.
Goodbye, everyone. Om Shanti.